You know, I was thinking when Dick Skew said you're on your way down years and years and years ago when I was sitting at a little radio station out in the woods playing records by Andy Griffith, like What It Was Football and so on. Who could possibly have known that I'd still be sitting in a little radio station and you'd be rich and famous and certainly the most successful television performer of them all. Just things have been so great, so wonderful.
Well, this year.
Yeah, this year.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. How long were you now? Isn't this the last year you're resigning your commission?
Yeah. Well, we finished when? February.
Yeah.
That was the end of our. We start shooting way ahead before we go on the air,
Uh-huh.
and we finished the end of February, and well, it was our moment in the sun.
Mm-hmm. It was a long moment.
Yeah.
It was what? Not 9 years.
8 years.
8 years.
8 years. Yeah.
Isn't that an amazing thing?
Oh,
In this day and age, when a television show has murder lasting for 13, has terrible time staying on air for 13 weeks.
I know. Well, we hit the situation comedy on the rise.
Yeah.
It's on the decline now.
It is.
Yeah.
What's the new big thing? I mean, I guess there's a thing every year.
Well, there's a lot of variety, a lot of motion pictures, a lot of special events, things like that. It'll come back.
Yeah.
Situation comedy's always been there, and it'll come back. But we hit it on the rise, and well, we had our great moment in the sun.
Yeah.
And
I talk to people who do television shows. And of course, they're not in the position that you're in. But the thing that I hear so often is you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you have to work 12 hours a day. Did you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? You're the boss. Besides.
Well, I got up at between 6 and 6:30.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of difference between that and 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I always got to work at 7:30, but we weren't due till 8. And we start shooting at 8:30,
Mm-hmm.
break for lunch about 1, and then finish the day's work anywhere from between 6 and 8,
Mm-hmm.
which is not bad.
It's a long day. 10, 12 hours.
It's pretty long, but it's not that bad, really. Because if you get along with one another, it's not bad.
I've always had the feeling watching the show that you all got along very well, on set or off.
We did. We always did.
Yeah.
We never had any fights or anybody hollering at one another.
Nobody became stars, that kind of silly thing.
No. It was nice.
Of course, you were instrumental, too, in through the show in starting a lot of very successful careers. Well, starting them on into television ventures of their own. Gomer Pyle came through there. Ronnie Shell, in effect, was an alumni of your program.
Well, yeah, Ronnie worked our show a little bit.
Yeah.
And Ronnie actually is doing very well.
Yeah.
And Don Knotts came through there. He's doing pictures.
Yeah.
And Ken Berry will take over the show.
Mm-hmm.
In effect,
Where will you go as the storyline is? Where will you have gone?
In the first episode, my character gets married.
Yeah.
And we still live there, but you don't see much of us.
Oh, but you will be around every once in a while.
Yeah. Do four episodes this year.
You can't be on your honeymoon all the time.
No. Be nice.
Andy, I talked to a fellow one time. We were talking about one of the most successful television shows, the Bonanza Show, and he was telling me that he had occasion to work around the Bonanza set, and he found that Pa Cartwright had kind of lost that dividing line between his life and his part, and that about half the time, Lauren Green felt that he was Pa Cartwright. And I don't mean that he's got mental problems or anything, but I mean that when you play a role for a long, long time, I guess you kind of take it home with you, and the first thing you know, you're playing. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, your role is very close to you, I think.
Well, all roles are close to everybody. Yeah, I've done that. I think just about everybody has.
You ever tempted to arrest somebody for speeding or something?
No. I did a picture one time. It was called The Face in the Crowd, and I played this kind of I guess you'd call him a kind of a maniacal, heavy, crazy man.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to me, and I got a little crazy while I was doing it.
You started out as a country singer.
Uh-huh.
And was started in a little radio station.
Yeah.
And went on from there to become kind of an Arthur Godfrey type.
Well,
I kept thinking of Arthur
bigger,
Godfrey
I
when
suppose.
I saw the movie. Was it really patterned after anybody?
No, it was a composite of a lot of guys. In our imagination, he was the biggest entertainer ever lived, I guess.
Kind of a mixture of Elvis Presley and Arthur Godfrey and
All
the
of them,
Beatles.
just everybody, the biggest one. And he got involved in politics. And what he wanted to do, though, was be behind the man who was elected and run him, tell him what to do and how to do it.
In the end, wasn't your downfall you didn't realize the microphone was still on and you said something about...
Yeah, the character that Patricia Neal played came in and held the switch open while my character talked about how the people were a bunch of sheep. And all I had to do was just call them. They'd come, do what I told them to.
And that went coast to coast.
And it went coast to coast, and that killed the character. That wound him up.
It was a great movie. I remember
We had
it
a lot of
vividly.
good people in it. A lot of them gone a long ways. Of course, Patricia.
I understand that she's doing very well.
She's
She's
doing
been so ill. Have you seen her?
I haven't seen her in a number of years because we've been in different towns, but I understand she's doing very well. And Lee Remick was in that, and she certainly has done well. And of late, Walter Matthau has done very well. Walter was in that. Walter wasn't playing a comedic character. He was playing a straight character. And Tony Francioso was in that.
It was a great movie.
Well, it had an awful lot of good people in it. My Lord.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but from everybody who's been to see The Odd Couple, I get the feeling Walter Matthau may very well be up for an Oscar this year.
I didn't see the movie. I saw the play, and and they say the movie's better than the play. And if that's so, forget it.
Yeah. I talked to a guy who was physically ill. He hurt. He'd laughed so hard through the whole movie that his stomach hurt. He just didn't feel well.
Yeah. Don Knotts told me he laid down the aisle.
What's Don Knotts like to work with? Is he a character or is he a pretty straight guy? I don't know. I get the feeling that he may be almost as goofy off screen as he is on.
It depends on his mood.
Yeah.
He can be kind of wild off stage, but he's pretty serious. Don's actually borders on brilliance. He can. He's smart boy, but he'll do kind of strange things on the stage sometimes.
I've always had the feeling that maybe there was more horseplay on the set of your television show than a lot of
We had a great deal of horseplay.
You did. Anything that we could tell to an audience composed of family people?
Well, we all like girls.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the complete subject of horseplay.
No.
Don and I, like working with Don, a lot of actors don't really look in the other actor's eyes. Now, Don and I looked at one another hard when we worked together, and I could tell when he was deep into his character and used to break me up, used to kill me. I did something on the stage just down at Las Vegas, our closing night. I knew what he was going to do as a reaction to what I did, and then I went all to pieces. I knew he was going. The audience didn't laugh, but I went right to pieces. I was talking to him like about like that. And I said, "Hey," and he went. Whoop. I knew he was going to jump, and he jumped, and I went to laughing. The front 2 or 3 rows laughed. I knew he was going to do it.
Do you like nightclubs? Do you like nightclub audiences?
Sure.
Are they fun to work?
Oh yeah, you get a good one. Like these places, like Caesar's Palace, and like Mr. Harris Club up at Tahoe.
Where you're opening Thursday, by the way.
Yeah, we play there start Thursday. They're like theater audiences more than nightclub audiences. They come in to be entertained, and they sit, and if you got anything to give them, why, they'll laugh at it, or they'll be sad with you, or listen to you sing, or whatever you're going to do. They're like a theater audience.
More attentive.
Oh yeah, and goodness, they don't serve while you're performing, and
Well, I would guess, Andy, that you get a lot of kids, too. I would think if I were
We
up there with
do.
my youngsters, I'd bring them because they'd thoroughly enjoy the show where they wouldn't enjoy a lot of nightclub acts.
Well, yeah, they do. We get a lot of children. A lot of shows don't, but they figure in front ours is going to be clean, and it is.
Yeah.
And so they'll bring them to the dinner show and occasionally bring them to the midnight show. I don't know how they stay up that late, but sometimes they do.
Yeah. Mine do. Mine never go to sleep.
You catch them asleep in the front every now and then. Take a little stick and say, you want to wake up?
I'll get back to Andy Griffith in just a minute. It's 10 minutes before 1 o'clock. Nice things come in small packages. The Carney people make some of these nice things in small packages. They make 3 really wonderful candy bars. There's the Uno bar, there's the Baffle bar, and there's a new candy bar that Carney just came out with called Why Not? Now, Why Not tastes a little bit like orange sherbet covered with chocolate. All 3 candy bars from Carney are particularly good, I think, during the summertime when you keep them in the refrigerator, because when the kids come in for something cold, you can slip them a candy bar and know that they're not only going to be refreshed, but they're going to get some quick nourishment, some quick energy, something that's good for them. So remember the 3 fine candy bars from Carney: the Uno bar, the Baffle bar, and the Why Not candy bar, all available at good stores throughout Northern California. At least I hope they are. Well, we were talking the other day about taking care of the house and how spring cleaning is a thing of the past. Andy Griffith, I'll bet when you were a kid that in the springtime, like when I was young, there was about 2 weeks in early spring when the house was dismantled.
Sure.
To be cleaned. And
Sure.
you had to beat those darn rugs and do all. Wonder why they don't do that anymore. It's
well, everybody's got regular help now.
Yeah.
They clean it every day.
Yeah.
I remember once you said dismantle, we actually one spring took the mantelpiece off.
Is that right?
Yeah, found all kind of good stuff behind it.
Today, people not only, as Andy says, have full-time help, but they have help from experts on a consulting basis, like the Service Master people, who are nationwide carpet and upholstery cleaning experts. Service Master is the name, by the way. Service Master. Now, there are a lot of jobs around the house that you don't particularly care for, I know, and there are other jobs that you really shouldn't mess with. You can't try and take spots out of a $400 couch. That's silly. You're taking a big chance. It's easier to call Service Master. They do beautiful work. Don't wait till you see a Service Master truck in the neighborhood either. Just pick up the phone and call, and they'll give you an estimate on whatever kind of cleaning you need. Service Master in the yellow pages under carpet cleaning. Service Master. They do beautiful work, and it's all guaranteed.
Another game. What are you winning this time?
Cash, honey, up to $1,000. And blue chip stamps up to 10,000 of them.
Sure.
And maybe an extra 10,000 blue chip stamps.
Sounds like you'll be on Easy Street.
Oh, how did you guess? That's the name of the game, Easy Street.
Just lucky, I guess.
Mayfair promised that if I play Easy Street, I can win. And when Mayfair promises something, you can believe them.
You mean it's just that easy to win?
Oh, sure. Why do you suppose my girlfriend switched to Mayfair?
Their new manager that looks like Rock
Oh,
Hudson?
no, silly. They found that they get great values and blue chip stamps and now Easy Street. But you really don't have to buy anything to play the game, you know.
Okay, you win. I hope. Say, I'm going to run out for some cigarettes. What street is that Mayfair Market on?
Easy Street.
Oh, boy.
Oh, honey.
Well, Andy Griffith is here. He's on his way up to Lake Tahoe. This is a nice time of the year for you to go up Tahoe.
Oh, it's pretty up there now.
Do you fish and do all that?
Sure.
And I guess Bill Harris sets all that up for you, so it's really like a vacation.
Oh, I know it. He's got boats, and he's got all the guides and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the only way to go.
Fish and carry on.
Yeah. And work in the evening.
Yeah, 2 shows. It's not bad.
No, that's easy.
8.
2 weeks, 3 weeks? How long?
3 weeks, 8, 15, and 12. just kind of slip out there and do a show.
Boy, we sound commercial. Who's going with you?
I got Don Knotts going, and I got a young man named Jerry Van Dyke.
Who's Dick's brother?
Well, we try not to mention that.
Why?
Actually, not putting Dick down. Jerry is much better than Dick on stage.
You're kidding.
Well, Dick can't entertain. I've known Dick a long time. He's a fine actor, but he can't entertain.
Can't entertain Dick Van Dyke? No?
No. He can mimic records and things, but Jerry is a fantastic in-one performer.
Yeah.
We put him next to closing so he'd break it up.
Yeah.
And we've got a group called The Establishment, 10 singers, and they're very good. So it's, 13 of us.
Yeah. Sounds like a fun show.
Yeah, I never go by myself. I can't, no.
What are you going to do now, Andy? The television show is kind of, you're phasing yourself out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you'll maintain a proprietary interest in it, but it isn't going to take a lot of your time. I guess you'll stay with a little bit of nightclub activity like this in Las Vegas. But have you got anything interesting cooking in the back there or something?
I started making pictures, motion pictures. I made one over at Universal.
Mm-hmm.
And
is it out yet?
Won't be out till, I think probably they'll turn it loose Christmas. Mr. Wasserman was talking about letting it go Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go out with it, I guess, when it goes.
What kind of a movie is it?
Well, it's again, a family, a family picture, but it's a good, strong picture. And it's a little different character for me. I enjoyed the life out of it.
You mean you like making movies?
Yeah, love it. Yeah.
What do you like about it? I'm sure it pays well, but I mean, what do you mean you like about movies? Excitement? Is there excitement to it?
Yeah, genuine excitement. You only do we did about 4.5, 5 pages a day as opposed to 10 or 15 on television. Not putting television down, but you can explore your character in great depth,
Mm-hmm.
And
well, what role did you play that you say is a departure for you? What are you?
Well, it won't sound like a departure, but it is. I played the role of a minister. And this is his first church. And what it is, it's a town where the people who live in the town, two different factions, can't seem to get along with one another.
Mm-hmm.
Each believes that he's right and the other's wrong. As a result, the town's kind of dying. It's more of a story of a town than anything else. And my character tries everything in the world to get them together.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen.
Mm.
Never seems to get them together. Finally, there's a big election coming on, and my character decides, well, now wait, if we can't win with them, let's win without them. So he talks another guy into running.
Mm-hmm.
Nice man. And we're having a little parade, and we run into another parade, and then another parade, and right at the peak of that whole thing is a giant explosion. Church catches on fire. Explodes, burns up.
Mm-hmm.
Try to put it out, can't put it out. And that's the thing that brings those two men together to where they say, come on back now and run the church. And it works out just good. It's a good, strong story.
Who blew up the
character.
church, as if I didn't know?
The brother-in-law.
Oh.
Jerry Van Dyke.
I had a feeling it was you all that time.
No. Jerry Van Dyke and the caretaker are making booze in the basement of the church. And they get it a little too hot. Making them out of raisins.
Yeah.
And they get it a little too hot, and we go over there, and the caretaker, old Parker Finley, plays that. And he says, got a gallon out of her before she blew, Reverend.
Parker Finley goes all the way back to the
Fred
Allen show.
Sure. Oh, he's a marvelous old man.
I didn't know he was alive.
Well, yes, he's very much alive. Yeah. He forgot a line or two. It made him just mad and fire.
We're out of time. Andy, I want to thank you very much for coming in.
I enjoyed it, Jack.
Opening the Andy Griffith Show, opening Thursday night at Harris for 3 weeks with
Don Knotts. And Jerry Van Dyke.
And the group is called The Establishment.
Yeah, they're good, too.
Well, I wish you good fishing.
I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy it very much. Stay in that nice house up there.
And ride around in that Rolls Royce.
That's right.
Andy Griffith, this is KSFO Radio in San Francisco.